All right, Stewie. Obviously disappointing that the season's not going ahead, but from what we can gather and the intel that you've been telling us throughout the last few months, looks like you were going to have a cracker of a team.
Yeah, we were. It was very exciting. And it's not just us reaching out to players, it's players reaching out to us that wanted to play here. And I think a lot of that had to do with the NBL obviously looking to enter into the market down here in 2021. So yeah, both Craig and Harry would have been fantastic, and then I had a young guy called QJ Peterson, an import that's been playing in the Ukraine, 5'11". How I would sum him up is probably a young Trey Nichols, but a little bit more athletic. Yeah, he would have been quality to watch.
Certainly would have been. And of course, you know, having Tad and Christian as well too, they would have been knocking on the door for an NBL gig potentially.
Yeah, potentially when we started, when I came back on board, I wanted to try and get a squad together that could potentially be your bench for a starting NBL lineup. And if you ask me now, we went pretty close to that with Craig and Harry, and then Tad. Tad's done a great job in Cairns. I know they're very keen to see him back. And Christian's a bit of a dark horse as well. He's been training with the Sydney Kings, and then QJ was sort of the guy that we would have brought in as an import to just one out of the box to be able to get to that next level, and that was what he was keen on. I actually tried to recruit him for the Huskies when we thought Trey was unavailable, and he actually had his bags packed ready to come, and then we turned that down as Trey became available.
So just thinking ahead here, can you be able to get these guys back? Are these guys interested in coming back for 2021 potentially? Or
yeah,
have some changes?
Definitely. With the NBL arriving in Tasmania, that's created, they're not the only 4 or 5 that have reached out. There was a guy called Adam Thosby that played with the Sydney Kings as well. He was keen to come down here. And a number of others that expressed interest.
The locals, have you been able to reach out to them and pass on the bad news?
We're meeting tomorrow night with the board, so that news will come as a bit of a shock. I obviously want to talk to the board about how we can continue to engage those kids, because they've come a long way over the last few years. So potentially 2 of those kids will end up as your development players in the NBL squad. So we want to continue to work with them over the winter and summer if we can, pending the outcome of obviously the coronavirus, and see how that plays out.
And that young group of local talent have been training all pre-season, and how are they tracking?
Oh, they were tracking very well. I mean, they've come a long way over the last 3 or 4 years, and they're basically growing into men now. So they were going to get their opportunities this year, and I think again with NBL coming, there's a lot of excitement around the club about potentially those kids seeing that as a pathway now. So look, I think the next few years is going to be very exciting. We've just got to get this little speed hump out of the way and get into business.
And when 2021 comes around again, Stewie, the championship is definitely the goal, isn't it?
It's always been the goal, Ronnie. You know what I'm like. I don't like to lose, so it's about winning games and developing the kids and giving them the opportunity to experience some of those trainings against the Tad Duffermeyers and the Harry Frolings and the Craig Mollers. So if we can expose these kids to more of that opportunity, then they're going to get they'll get the chance to play NBL in the near future.